Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT, and we have add-on content info is going on the June update on Gran Turismo Sport. So, looks like this is definitely might be quite very excited to see what's the new track for good news. So, looks like we have 5 cars has definitely might be added in for now. So, looks like we have the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 has definitely shown on the first one on the list, and second is the Gran Turismo Red Bull X2019 Competition that we also seen in the Gran Turismo World Tour. That will be quite very excellent, that this is going to be getting ready to have a very good another Red Bull X series model, which is definitely the perfect gear for us to be able to take the competition. And the third one on the list is the Renault Sport Clio V6 24B 2000, which has definitely made a return from the other previous Gran Turismo games. Still becomes a premium car treatment, has definitely might be good for a mid-engine compact car. And the fourth one is the Toyota Sports 800 has definitely made its return as a fully premium vehicle, which has definitely appeared from Gran Turismo 4 from the PS2 era, which is definitely might be very good to have a premium treatment for the classic Toyota Sports 800 vehicle. And last but not least is the second pickup truck to be arrived on for this update is the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019. That will be quite very excellent to be able to race with this new pickup truck model, to race with the F-150 Raptor. That would be quite brilliant to be able to have 5 cars for today. So, what else is new for the new track? It looks like Sardegna has definitely finally got ourselves a road course version. So, looks like this is very good to be able to race on forward and reverse. So, it also has 3 track variations that we would like to be able to race. So, that would be much brilliant, that this is going to be quite excellent. So, it is just like Circuit Decenti Clorix, but right now, this is going to be very awesome to be able to try out one of the 3 courses on Sardegna. Is definitely might be brilliant. Since its launch, we also races on the dirt track, but very good until now. This is going to be very excellent to be able to try it out for it. This will might be quite very excellent to see it. And luckily, there is one new event on the GT League section of the campaign mode, is the X2019 Competition Endurance Series. That would be very awesome, that this is going to be a good endurance event for using the X2019 competition. And luckily, the Goodwood Motor Circuit has been added to the circuit experience, since it's very good for using Group 4 cars. So looks like this is going to be very excellent to be able to have to get everything started for one good classic track to be able to master it. And also the special collection Low Angle has been added. So looks like this is a new photo scene collection that has definitely might be added in for. So let's go and take a good look at the new cars, as definitely might be able to check it out for it. But good thing that we also enjoying watching the Gran Turismo World Tour at the Nürburgring. But well, the only one thing that we might need to have something for the later updates, they just really want to have rain conditions. So that will be might be very awesome to be able to get everything going on, to have a nice weather to be able to have. So let's go over to the Chevrolet dealership, and then let's go and grab the Camaro Z28. So this is definitely might be cost 100,000 credits. So looks like this is definitely might be very good and brilliant. So just like the other Camaros, because this is definitely the original and one good classic, because this is going to be very excellent to see it. So that was definitely might be good since Gran Turismo 2, but it is very brilliant that this is might be able to have one good muscle car that might be given the classic for, just like the Chevrolet Corvette C3. So this is definitely might be very good to see some very good performance power, that this will might be give it a good ways to go for. So right now, it also has few other colors that also has stripes in it. So looks like this is going to be very excellent to be able to see which color are we going to pick. So looks like this is going to be very brilliant that this might be given the best ways to choose a color. Whenever we like to choose which one is which, this is definitely might be able to go as well. So maybe I might be able to have to go and start picking the Le Mans Blue Metallic. So this is going to be very excellent that this is definitely might be pretty good to have a nice white striped colored version of it, because it is very cool to have another muscle car to be able to join in for. Because American muscle cars are always being the classics. That might be quite very good without the Camaro Z28 1969. But good thing that this is definitely might be chosen as a roster, because it is definitely seen in the Goodwood Motor Circuit race on the GT World Tour. So this is definitely might be given a good yellow color that might be seen for it. So alright, so looks like I'm about to go and buy this Camaro. So this is going to be very good to be able to try it out for it. This is definitely might be pretty classic and old school. So this is going to be given a good race with the Dodge Challenger. That might give a good references from the Too Fast, Too Furious. Alright, one American muscle car brought. Now let's head on to the Europe France Central section, and then might be go in and purchase a Renault Sport Clio is definitely might be given a good passion for life to do it. So it is definitely a 2000 model, but this is definitely might be available to purchase for it. It also costs 70,000 credits as an N200 compact car, so that might be quite very good to be able to go and purchase this one, because this is the original. So it is definitely might be appear in Gran Turismo 2 as a standard car for it, but later in GT5 becomes a premium car. Detail interior view is definitely might be became very popular, that this is definitely might be given a good choice to do it. Now it also has 4 colors that's definitely included. So there's the Iceberg Silver, Nocturne and Mars Red, and Elad Blue. That is definitely might be very good to be able to have to choose 4 colors whenever you like to pick. So maybe this is going to be good to choose the Elad Blue, because this is definitely a good French type color that this is might be very good to see it. Now this is going to be very excellent to see this nice sport combat car, because this is going to be very excited that this is might be able to race with the original one for it. So I might be able to accept this, because this is going to be very good to be able to purchase a new Millennium compact car is definitely might be able to go for. So I'll have to try it out later on, and then this is going to be able to take plenty of much more new rides that this one might coming in for. Okay, that's only have one new European car has been added in. So let's go over to Asia Pacific to be able to go in and purchasing 2 old and new Toyota vehicles will be able to re-arrive. So looks like this is going to be very good for the new cover that this will be added in for. Now first up, that this is going to be might needed to have to take a good look at it. So looks like I might be able to have to take a good look at this nice awesome pickup truck, the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. So looks like this is definitely might be very good for the F-150 Raptor to be able to race with Tundra. That could be quite very excellent to take the off-road to be able to get started. So this is a very good modern style interior view for the Tundra, but this is going to be very cool and very challenging that this might be given a good ways to go for. But it is pretty awesome to be able to drive this for a Japanese sports truck, but it is definitely might be very good for use in America, because the Tundra always loves to be able to race on American off-road tracks, that this is going to be very good. Now it also has 3 colors has been available to choose, so looks like this is going to be quite very good. So it is also resembles as the original Tundra, So that is definitely might be very good to be able to see it. So maybe let's see which color should I choose. So maybe the voodoo blue is definitely might be given a good color that this might be needed for. So maybe it also has a lot of variation on the trunk is definitely might be seen for. So white type color on the super white is definitely have everything on it. So looks like I might be able to go and choose the super white. So that will might be very good for N300 sports truck, that this is going to be quite very good. So as an N400 car for the Tundra, that will might be able to take it to the dirt track for having a one good off-road challenge to be prepared. So looks like I might be able to try it out later on, and then let's just go in and grab the fourth vehicle that this is going to be able to have. So this is going to be given a good 60,000 credits for an N100 classic Japanese K car. So the Toyota Sports 800 has finally got a premium detail treatment, has definitely used as a standard car from the PS2 era, because this is definitely might be very good as the original. But good thing that in GT Sport, previous vehicles as standard cars could also to give a nice good premium car treatment, because this is definitely might be very good for it. A single classic Japanese K car from the 1960s, so that will might get brilliant to see it for. So looks like this is a very good start of this nice classic car. So it also might need to have a lot more credits to be able to stack up for it. So it is easy to purchase this vehicle. So right now there's only two colors available to pick. So there is the Seminole Red and the Amethyst Silver Metallic. So this is going to be giving a good ways to be able to purchase two colors to be able to select. So looks like I might be able to purchase the Seminole Red. So this is definitely might be very good to see this nice classic sports car that might be very good for it. Alright, let's go and purchase this vehicle, and then the fourth one is now definitely brought in for. So I hope that this is going to be quite brilliant, that this is going to be able to try out for the new rides, that this is going to be going on for the updates. Now, let's see if this is going to be a good ways to take a good look on the Red Bull X2019. So I hope that this is going to be the same credits amount to be purchased. So just like the X2014 standard. So let's take a good look, and then there it is. The Gran Turismo Red Bull X2019 Competition model is definitely has the same amount of price, because this is definitely might be very good to go to take the competition to the endurance race we might get started. So it is definitely one of the most greatest Red Bull racing design that was definitely created by Adrian Newey. So this is definitely became a great potential race car that is definitely what they definitely created for since they built the X2010, but only a few years later, this is definitely became the ultimate racing machine, has been definitely updated for the 2019 FIA Gran Turismo Championship for the Nations Cup. So this is definitely might be excellent, that this is definitely might be given a good ways to go. So different performance based from the Red Bull X 2014 standard. So looks like two of them has the same price, because this is going to be quite very challenging to be able to get started for. So right now that this only has one color, because this is definitely might be able to have a carbon fiber, which is definitely also has everything included. So this is that definitely became official for only a single color. But this is definitely might have everything to be putting on some good decals on it. So this is definitely might be very good for the X2019 race car to be able to race in the Nations Cup. But very good that this is going to be getting ready to get started. So I'll just make sure I'll be able to get this competition race car someday for it, because this is very good for the GT League, is definitely might be coming along very nicely. Now, let's just kind of go and check it out some new rounds in a single new event going on the G2 League. So, looks like everything is definitely might change upward. Alright, so looks like 2 new rounds on the lightweight K-Cup is definitely might be added in. So, well, this is going to be quite very eligible to be able to have 3 Japanese K cars that might be able to go for. So, because of the Toyota Sports 800 is definitely the classic vehicle, so it is definitely might be okay to be able to do a custom race might be able to have. So, 3 Japanese K cars are always permitted that might be eligible to do it. Now, take a good look for having 2 new rounds on the Group B Rallycross. So, looks like everything is going to be added in for having Sardegna as the road course, because this is going to be good to be able to take the tarmac track that this will might get started in for. But unfortunately, the 2 new rounds has definitely added onto the Group 1 Cup, because this is going to be very challenging to be prepared for it. So this is definitely might be very good to be able to get started in. So right now, the first round of the X2019 Competition Endurance Series, so this is going to be able to race at the Autopolis. So looks like the main rival cars has definitely might be able to have to use with the country libraries from the Nations Cup. So it is definitely like the standard version. So this is definitely might be brilliant that this is going to be able to turn out well. So looks like everything is going to be getting started for taking some new rounds in a single new event that this will might be prepared for. Now let's just get into going in on to the scrapes, and now there's a new special collection on scrapes is the Technique low angle ground up. Now it also has the number of photo backgrounds up 16 as definitely might be seen for it. So it always has the usual ones has definitely added in for, but new one is definitely might be seen for it. So looks like there's a new photo background is the Potrero Hill. It's definitely located in San Francisco, because looks like 4 of them is brand new, and this is might be able to have the current ones has definitely might be added in for, because this is definitely might be brilliant to take a good look at it. So let's just get to take a look on the circuit experience to see it. Now this is going to be able to take a lot of more easy skills to take on the Goodwood motor circuit. So looks like this is going to be able to use for the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Group 4, that this is going to be able to take everything that this will might be able to have a lot of basic turns that this will might be able to go in. So here we go. It's time to get ready to race to try out one of the 3 layouts on Sardegna, and this time original circuit / dirt and snow is definitely might be formed to be able to get everything ready. So we can still race on the windmills rally track that this is definitely only used on the dirt course, and 3 variations on the tarmac that this is going to be able to get ready to go. So looks like this is going to be quite brilliant to be able to be prepared to get started. So let's just going to go start with letters to be able to race, but this time 2 laps are now going to be able to get started, so this will might get prepared. So let's just get into choose the condition time that this will might be able to get ready. So looks like time to pick morning, and then this is going to be able to choose a car brand that this will might be able to get ready for the start of the race. So maybe just going to choose an Italian vehicle that this will might be able to get ready. So looks like just going to have to pick a standard N class that this will might be able to get started in for. So the number of laps is going to be 2, so looks like this is going to be able to have a grid start to be prepared. So looks like this will might get ready. But it is pretty cool that this is going to be able to try it out Sardegna's road course, because this is going to be very awesome to be able to get everything going on to do it. So looks like this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to get started to take this race. But now we'll have to see it for ourselves to be able to experience the new Tarmac track. That this is going to be quite brilliant to see it. And then here it is, you guys. This is Road Track A of Sardegna. Is definitely might be brilliant to see it. So this racetrack is very good conditions that this is definitely might be needed for. A good pit stop, and everything has an environment with windmills on it. So this is a very good racetrack to have a very good windmills around the distance to be seen here. But now looks like this is a very good, amazing track that this is definitely might be good to enjoy, to take a lot more fun to go in for. But luckily that this is definitely the perfect race for all the categories vehicles that this will might be needed to go for. Because I mean that this is a very good track, because this is going to be very brilliant. So looks like this is going to be able to take plenty much more choices to be able to choose a track that this might be able to go in for. But look at this. Everything is very good to see this nice environment area on this track, because this is going to be quite very good to turn out to be. So looks like the mountains is definitely might be giving a good view, that this is might be giving the ways to see it, because this is quite fascinating that this is a very good track that this will might be able to go in for. So looks like it's time to go and get started on this race, and then this will might be prepared to be able to get started to field this new track on the Sardegna road course that this is going to be might needed to do it. Alright, here we go. Let's try out road course A of Sardegna is going to be prepared. So looks like this is going to be able to take a pretty good challenge, that this will might be able to take a good look on it. So this is going to be the race to explore, and then this is going to be given the good ways to be able to do the concentration to be able to demonstrate. So right now, this is going to be able to take the 2 laps for a track introduction that this will might be needed to be able to get started. So looks like this is going to be quite packed up on it, because this is going to be able to take a lot more challenging skills to be able to learn. Now looks like this is going to be very roughly to be able to take the chance of going in, and then the 90-degree angle turn is going to be quite very excellent to be able to turn out to be. So looks like this is going to be a full course of the track, and this is going to be quite excellent to see it. Now let's just going to take a lot more turns to be able to stay on it. But take a good look at the windmills, you guys. This is definitely might be very excellent for having a good racetrack environment. Now looks like this is going to be given the good ways to be able to stay on it, and then this is going to be given a good main straight course that this is going to be able to take the advantage. Okay, just going to have to make that left turn and then press on, and then this is going to be going well and going faster to do it. But this is going to be very excellent that this is going to be able to stay on it. Now, I have to be able to learn about the new track, because this is going to be very experienced that this is going to be able to take in for. So it is going to be quite very good whenever we have to learn it and master it. That will might get everything going. Okay. That could be the sharp turn that this is going to get everything risked up on it. Alright, so looks like this is going to be able to have to take the right turn, is going to be taking on that last turn. So this is going to be very good to be able to keep up on it. Alright, there you go. Looks like this is going to be able to take the second lap. We might be able to get there. But I hope that this is going to get very excellent, that this is going to be able to take a lot more skills to be able to master it. Just going to have to stay on it and then keep up the pace. We might be able to get there. Okay, just going to have to overtake the Dodge Viper and then proceed. Now, looks like this is going to give me a little bit better ways to be able to perform it. Takes a lot more turns, and then this will might be able to take the practice to do the new track. We might go in. Okay, stay on it, and then this is going to be able to stay put. There you go. This is going to be able to have to take 2 straights, we might give it in for, but it also has a little bit handling that this will might come to effect. But this is going to be giving a little bit better ways to be able to keep going on for, because this is going to be quite very challenging to be able to have to get everything going on the road. Okay, let's stay careful on that turn, and then this will might get everything going. Just gonna have the double cones will might be needed to use as the main cue. Okay, that should be good. And now, looks like this is gonna be able to have to take one more turn until this is gonna be able to have to take the full stretch. But this is gonna get pretty possible that this will might be able to have to take the sharp turn until reaching up onto the finish line. So there it is. Looks like this is going to be a very good track to complete to demonstrate, and then this is going to be given the good ways to be able to learn to master the 3 new courses of Sardegna. And this is going to be quite very excellent that we might be able to have to take a lot more basics to learn. But sometimes it gets tougher and sometimes gets easier to be able to learn to demonstrate. That will might get everything better to do it. So right now, I just definitely take the new attempt that this is definitely might be able to go in for. So I know that the first turn is going to be partially rough, that if we must be very careful. So looks like that was a very good race that this one might going in. And now let's go over to the next track and the same place, and then this is going to be very excellent that this one might be able to turn out well to do it. So looks like this is going to be able to have to take the road track B, which is definitely might be resembles to be reminding us as the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya track, but this time it is going to be quite very slightly different to see it, but it is definitely might be original to be able to turn out to be. But well, it also has to choose which type is definitely might be able to go for. So it looks like I might be able to go with wheel track B on forward, that this is might be able to come well for. Alright, so let's change up the different conditions of time, and I hope that this is going to be able to have a very good race, that this will might come in handy to do it. So looks like this is going to be able to have a road track B, that this is definitely look like Barcelona, but it is very looks similar like the very beginning one for it. So right now that this is going to be quite very slightly different to see it. So looks like different starting lane that this is might be able to turn out well, but this is definitely might be quite very slightly to see it, and this is going to be able to change any layout courses to be able to turn out to be. So let's just gonna go and try out the next new track that this one might be prepared. So still using the Ferrari 458 Italia, and this will might be able to get everything needed for. So looks like this is going to be able to take a lot more straights to be able to go on, and then this is going to be able to take well packed to be able to keep up on it. Okay, just going to take the dive approach. Okay, stay on it, and then this is going to be able to take a little bit much more pace to be able to get there. Now, this is the road course version B of Sardegna, so looks like this is going to be very challenging that we might be able to prepare ourselves. So this is going to be taking a lot more skills to be able to take the inside, do a little uphill and downhill, but it is definitely have everything on it. So looks like this is going to be able to have to take a lot more basics to be able to go for. Now, time to go in and take a little downhill skills, and then we have to be much careful to do it. We just have to be able to stay maintained to be able to keep on. If anything is possible, we'll make sure that this is going to be able to take a lot more basic skills to be able to master it. Okay, let's get everything going, and then this is going to be able to take a little bit partially to be able to take that inside turn. Will might come through. Very good. Now, this is going to be taking a lot more forward force that this is definitely might be able to come in for. And also, the last turn is definitely might be seen by the same way that this is might be able to see it before. So, this one might comes in very well to be able to take a lot more ways to be able to get there. Okay, second lap is going to be able to reach on to the final lap to be able to make a good approach. Okay, here we go. Let's be very careful on that turn. Then this one might go in. Now, just like this is definitely might be very seen that this is definitely might be given the competitive course that this is definitely might be given a good resemble to, but it is definitely might be quite challenging that this one might come in for. But good thing that this is going to be takes a lot of apex that this one might go in. And also the downhill is definitely might be coming in to give a little bit much more faster, and also to take a lot of few braking points that this one might be able to go in. So if we have to be more careful that this is going to be takes a lot more challenging ways to be able to take on, and then learn the better ways to have a brilliant corner that this one might be able to go there. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take it in, and then this one might comes in. Okay, almost there. Just gonna have to take one more turn until this is gonna be a demonstration racetrack complete, until this one might give anything else to be able to take more chances to be able to keep up. Alright. Racetrack letter B is all done for a demonstration, and then this is gonna be giving a little bit challenging ways to be able to get there. So it will might be very good to have a almost like Grand Prix version, and this is going to be very perfect that this is going to be able to take on the competition version of the Red Bull X2019. But this is definitely might be brilliant that this will might be given a good ways to go for. But luckily the Group 4 cars can probably take the track, and it definitely might be very challenging to be able to get there. So looks like we'll have to make sure that this is going to be giving better ways to be able to keep on going, and then this is going to be able to get better if we might be able to take plenty of much more inside turns. We'll go follow up by the apex. Now let's go in to take one more course. It's going to be course C. Is definitely the 1.65 miles. It's definitely might be given the best track for one good beginners to do it, but it is very good to be able to race with Group 4 cars that this is might be quite very good to do it. That would be so amazing to be able to have to go on for. Alright, so right now that this is going to be able to take a dusk time condition that this will might comes better to do it. We'll have to make sure that this is definitely might be turn out to be brilliant, that this is going to be able to take a lot more turns to be able to go better and go faster to do it. This will might get better if we might be able to take practice to be able to learn to improve. So if possible that this is going to be able to choose one of the 3 road courses of Sardegna is going to be able to race in onto the daily races. So this is going to be quite very brilliant that this one might goes in. Alright, so let's see this time that this is going to be able to have to choose a Group B car for the race. So this is going to be very challenging to be able to get started. So looks like this is going to be able to choose with the Subaru WRX Group B rally car, and this is going to be quite currently for you. So I might be able to have to choose the DLC on the red dot that this one might be able to recommend to do it. Alright, everything is all set and ready to go. This wheel might be ready to take on the last new track to be able to go for. But this time, Group B rally cars are going to have to take on this track until this wheel might get everything going. So, got my Impreza UDRS rally car to be ready to go. And let's take it for one good demonstration to begin with. Okay, everything is going to be quite very challenging to do it. So, looks like this is going to be able to have the same part at the first turn, and this is going to be very roughly to do it. So, if I could probably able to drive fast. So right now, this is going to be able to take on the course A, but might be slightly different to do it. But a different direction has been changed, and then this is definitely might be able to go in for. Now, take a good look at this nice variation layout that might be coming in for. But this is going to be going down the hill and climbed up that this might be able to do it. But it is going to be quite possible if we might to be quite very fast up as possible to do it. Now, this is definitely the short track that this is definitely might be able to come in for. So, we have to make sure this is going to be able to stay strong and keep going faster. So, if we might be able to do it quick, that this might be able to come better to do it. Okay, that should probably be able to stay on it, and then this is going to be able to take it in. Okay, let's take that turn, and then this is going to be able to stay on it. Okay, going downhill, this is going to get very much more ways to be able to take much turns to be able to do a little downhill and uphill tactics that this might go in and fast. Okay, giving the good ways to be able to keep going. So, looks like this is definitely the end of the demonstration track on course C. So, looks like this is going to be an easy track and a challenging that we might be able to have to work fast to do it. So, very good to be able to stay on it, and then this is going to be able to take plenty of much more downhill and uphill turns that if we might be able to go there. So, it is pretty challenging and experience if we must to be able to learn to do it. So, that might be able to keep going faster if we can, because this is going to be very good race for Group 4 cars if we might be able to get. So right now, this is going to be able to take a lot more better turns. That this is going to be a very good demonstration to be able to do it. But I kind of like the road track of Sardegna. That could be perfect to be able to race with any cars to be welcome for. So that will be quite brilliant to do it if we must to be able to take a lot more demonstration turns to be able to go for. So maybe for this segment of this race, demonstration race for a new track for only 2 laps, that this might get everything better to do it. So it might be able to make sure we'll have to be able to learn to get better, to get everything improved. For only 3 road tracks is definitely might be given the challenge to do it. So we can probably take the track to be able to learn to demonstrate. It is all about the racing experience to learn with. So I kind of say that this is a very good road track, that this is definitely might be able to turn out well. Alright, so looks like this is definitely might be brilliant to see it. That was a very good race and a very good challenging, that this is definitely might turn out well. So, for the first time in Gran Turismo Sport since the beginning on the Sardegna, was definitely used to be able to have a dirt track, but it also comes in with a road track as well. So this is definitely might be able to have well settled to be able to begin with. So this is definitely might be quite very well packed to do it. So it is going to be quite very awesome to see it, that this might turn out well. So it is going to be quite very good to be able to keep on for this race. So we'll make sure that we might be able to start learning on the road track, because it is going to be experience to take a lot more practice to do it as possible. So it is going to be giving a good ways to be able to go, but we might get better to be able to take a lot more ways to get in to be improved. Well folks, glad that you really enjoyed this update on Gran Turismo Sport. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for reaching up a 100 subscriber goal. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads if you like, and the links in the description down below if you want to see more if you're interested. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.